Hey, what's up, everybody? Once again, my name is DJ, doing what I do, sitting back here on a Monday, in my office, chilling. And I just got finished my run, so I'm gonna be a little bit out of breath, trying to get that cardio up. Actually, my cardio is all right, but there's always room for improvement. Always room for improvement. Y'all know what I do on a Monday. I sit back, and I, just do my comments and my opinion on certain things that, people ask me or things that I see on online or whatever. And one of my students asked me a very good question. He asked me just earlier last week. He said, okay, first let me tell you what I do. I always talk about boxing. I always talk about MMA. I always talk about these combat sports to my students because number one, I'm interested in it, and I think that it's going to be good for them to watch it as well. Because although it's not a street fight, although I watch those as well, I put those up all the time as well. But it does, give you some good homework and stuff that you can, learn from. So I tell them to watch these things all the time. And one of my students came to me and they asked me, who do I think he should watch in order to learn from? Who do I think he should watch in order to learn from? I thought that was a very good question. And I said, man, I'm going to do a video on that one. That's a real good question. So, and here's my answer. I would say it's 3 parts. Then there are always, 3, 5 parts, right? So first, before you even talk about who to watch, you got to find a sport. In this case, we're talking about combat sports, a combat sport that piques your interest. So if I can tell you to watch, John Jones, and if UFC doesn't pique your interest, you're not going to watch John Jones. I can tell you to watch Lomachenko, but if boxing don't pique your interest, you're not going to watch Lomachenko. I can tell you to watch a whole bunch of other people in different combat sports, but you have to first find a combat sport that you find interesting. It may be boxing, it may be MMA, it may be jiu-jitsu, it may be Muay Thai, it may be sports kickboxing, but you got to find that sport that piques your interest so that you will follow it, okay? Because if you ain't interested in it, you're not going to watch it. All right, so now you found your sport. Now you have to do the same thing as far as the competitor goes. You have to find that fighter, we're talking about combat sports, that piques your interest. Somebody that you find interesting and entertaining to watch, okay? If you don't find them interesting or entertaining to watch, again, you're not going to watch them enough to be, to learn from them. When I was coming up, everybody know I like Muhammad Ali. That's my man. Okay, but I also like, Muhammad Ali. I watch a lot of his stuff. I watch Sugar Ray Leonard. I love watching Sugar Ray Leonard. Watching Sugar Ray Leonard got me to do some research and watch some of the old tapes of Sugar Ray Robinson. I used to like watching Sugar Ray Robinson. Nowadays, as far as boxing goes, I like Lomachenko. Like watching him. I've never been a big Mayweather. I never like to watch Mayweather too much, so I don't really follow him too much. In MMA, I watch John Jones. I like his fighting style. I like Anderson Silva. I like his fighting style. Everybody knows I like McGregor. I like his fighting style. So these are people that I like to watch. I find interesting, and I normally don't miss their fights. Okay, so once you've found somebody that you find interesting, then another thing you could do is also not just finding somebody you find interesting, but find somebody that fits your body style, your body type, and abilities. I have long arms. I'm kind of tall, which means that's why, probably somebody like Ali or a John Jones or McGregor kind of fits, appeals to me because they have my body type, so, I'm not like, I ain't gonna say I'm super fast, but I ain't slow, so I like to watch them and they move well. I like to move well, So I found, I emulate their style because they kind of fight with the abilities that I have. So you have to do the same thing. But normally you'll find that kind of like, kind of goes hand in hand. The person that you find interesting is usually, if you're a big dude, you're probably gonna like watching a big dude. If you are, if you small, you're probably gonna like one of the smaller fighters. A lot of my female fighters used to love watching Ronda Rousey, because she was a woman. And they said, okay, it's somebody that, appeals to, you in some kind of way. Okay. So you got somebody, you got your sport, you have that thing that you find interesting about that sport, you have that competitor that you find interesting, and you have somebody that, kind of emulates your, your style, at least the style that you want or your body type. Once you find that, watch everything you can on that person. You watch I watch all Muhammad Ali fights, all Sugar Ray Leonard fights, all Lomachenko fights, all John Jones fights, all McGregor fights. I watched all of them, and I tell you what happens. As you watch them fight, you're gonna find some other people that you like, okay? But don't just watch them. Find what it is about them that makes them so good. And I'm gonna tell you something else you should do. Look for their weaknesses as well. Because if they got your body type, if they move sort of similar to how you want to move, then you want to try to watch their weaknesses, because you may inherit some of their same, weaknesses and shortcomings as well. So don't just study a fighters or the fighter that you want to watch as good things. Study their bad things as well, because you know what? The people that wants to fight them are studying their bad things as well as their good things, which means if you fight, you don't want to be exposed for those weaknesses as well. But I don't want to keep it to you too long. My last video went a little couple of minutes or over. I don't want that to happen, so I'm gonna let y'all go. Whoever you're gonna watch them, and whoever you're gonna copy them to the best of your ability. Okay, at least that's my opinion. All right, peace. I'm out. Oh, don't forget to subscribe to my channel, because of course I got more.